watching Acadiana's KLAF News, your home for local election coverage.
And good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for our election coverage at 10. I'm Farah Reyna. Well, we begin tonight with a Third Circuit Court of Appeals race. Now, this is by far the biggest and most controversial race on the ballot. There were 3 candidates running for a recently vacated seat by Judge Jimmy Genovese, who now serves on the Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court, that is. Vanessa Wagensbeck-Ansman, Candace Perrette, and Susan Theo are all Republicans, and they are the 3 on the ballot. Now, this race has been headed off to a runoff, and it will be in a runoff in April, and that runoff will be between Perrette and Theo. Now, Perrette beat everyone with almost 41%, followed very closely by Theo with 36.6%. The runoff will be set for April 29th. Now, Vanessa Ansman, of course, the embattled candidate who ended up in the court fighting for her right to be on the ballot just days before early voting began. She came in 3rd place of the race with 22%, a little over 9,000 votes her way. KLAF's Paulina Butska is live at her campaign party with the latest and what the atmosphere
Good
is
evening.
like
We're
there.
live this evening right here for Vanessa Wagensbeck-Ansman's election party tonight. We're joined live with Ms. Vanessa. It has been a very tough road for you, and right now we are at the runoff election. You did not make it into the top. Tell me, what are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm actually, of course, it's bittersweet, but, you know, I'm surrounded right now by my family and friends and amazing people and who I love so much. And so I'm feeling really good right now. You know, to this election, I think what happened is very unfortunate. You know, if you look at when I was essentially taken off the campaign trail for 2 weeks, and 6 of those days were early voting days.
Do you think that those voting days are what hurt your election right now?
Well, I think, Pauline, if you look at the numbers, because I'm kind of a numbers person, you can see that whereas early voting, the numbers were somewhere around 92% against, right? Or not for, and around 8%, right? Because of course people listened to the ruling and had heard about the suit, and so yes, I mean, they thought either I was disqualified. There was a lot of voter confusion. Now, when you juxtapose that with what happened today, I am polling either neck and neck or actually leading. So we're going to look at those numbers a little more closely.
So I've got a final question,
yes,
because we are going to be told to be wrapped up in just a moment. Do you think you're going to fight this?
I'm a fighter, and I can assure you that if the numbers are what they appear to be, I will absolutely fight this, because it's not just about me. Any election down the road, someone like my opponents could pull this exact same stunt. And this is unfair to the voters. It creates voter confusion, is an abuse of our judicial system, it's abuse of our taxpayer money. And so I assure you, if there is a reasonable grounds to do so, I will 100% fight this.
Vanessa, thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you. Paulina Butska reporting live in Lafayette. Back to you guys in the studio.
Our next candidate in this race, Candace Perrette, an attorney and business owner in Lafayette, is headed into the runoff for Judge Genovese's seat. She received more than 16,000 votes tonight. KLAF's Kristen Dre was at her election party and continues our election team coverage. Kristen, what's happening there?
Hey guys, Kristen Dre here with Candace Perrette, who just got the runoff for the Third Circuit Court of Appeal. How are you feeling right now?
I'm really excited. I'm so humbled to have so much support from across the 8 parishes, and I'm just really excited to be in the runoff.
Awesome. And so going forward, I mean, what are you going to change with your campaign to really ensure that the voters know that you are the right decision for this position?
Well, I'm not going to change anything that I'm doing. I think now the real work begins. We're going to keep trying to reach out to every voter possible, just to keep touching every voter across the 8 parishes to bring our message that I'm the most experienced and that I'll bring balance to the court.
Awesome. And so what do you think about all these people, all the support that you have here with you today?
I'm pretty humbled to have so so many people that love and support me, and I'm just very, very grateful.
And how supportive has your family been? I know they're just so proud of you right now.
Very, and in fact, these are my 3 sons and my husband, and this is the best campaign team a girl could have.
Yeah? You want me to tell you? You want me to get your names? Yeah? What's your name?
Weiss.
And what's yours?
Pierce Brett.
And yours?
Paxton.
And yours?
Hunter.
All right, guys. Well, is there anything else you want to say to anyone that's tuning in?
I just want to thank the voters across the 8 parishes. I really am very grateful for their votes and their support. We're going to keep working.
Great. Well, congratulations. Thank you. I'm Kristen Dre in Lafayette for Acadiana's KLAF News.
And Susan Thale, the third candidate in the 3rd Circuit Court of Appeal race, came in 2nd place with 14,000 votes. KLAF's Philip Boudreau stopped by her campaign party tonight to get her reaction on the results.
With the results in, Susan Thale will be heading into a runoff with Candace Perrett after she grabbed just under 40% of the vote tonight. When the early voting results started pouring in around 8:30, Thale and Perrett were neck and neck. Thale with 44% and Perrett with 46%. Vanessa Wagaspak-Ansman only had 10%. But as the night went on, supporters and Thale got a little anxious as Ansman started grabbing a higher percentage of the votes. But by the end of the night, Thale was able to hold off Ansman to make it to the runoff.
Outpouring of support from so many people. Many of you I know, some people calling from other parishes that I've never even met before saying, I want to help you because I know you're the most experienced candidate. And it has been overwhelming.
Thale knows she has a lot of work to do to win the April 29th runoff election. But first, she's going to rest on Sunday and then get back on the campaign trail on Monday. In Lafayette, Philip Boudreau, Acadiana's KLAF News.
And the next big race everyone's talking about in the Acadiana area is District 42 state representative seat. Jay Swear and John Stefanski, both of Crowley, went head-to-head today in the election. Results show that Stefanski won the race with just over 54% of the vote. A little over 3,000 votes rallied behind Swear with 45%. Both are conservative Republican candidates who are focused at working on the state's budget problems. KLAF's Taylor Trichet is at Stefanski's party with a victory reaction.
Hey guys, I'm here in Crowley at Zeus right now with John Stefanski. He just arrived. John, what's kind of going through your mind right now?
A lot of emotions, It's been a quick but long ride, so it's exciting, but you know, the first thing that's running through my mind is really my opponent. Great guy, great family. I have nothing but respect for him, and you know, I just want to say that, you know, great guy. Second thing that runs through my mind is time to get to work. It is, you know, we as a state have a ton of problems. The message is still clear. You know, we need drastic changes in this state, and I'm excited to get to work. I really am. You know, April 10th is when we start again. So it's time to get to work, and you know, I'm just excited to represent this district. You know, it really is a dream of mine, and you know, a lot of emotions, a lot of excitement.
Awesome. I'm not going to keep you too long. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's been a whirlwind, I'm sure.
It has. Whirlwind is the term I've been using. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, quick race. Like I said, Jay is a great guy, and so, you know, I tip my hat to him as definitely. He ran a great race, but you know, we have a message for the state, and it's we need change. We do, and this district wants change. So I'm happy to try to provide it. Do my best.
Awesome. Well, thank you. In Crowley, Taylor Trichet for Acadiana's KLAF News. Back to you guys.
And in Lafayette Parish, voters in the city of Scott also voted for a District 1 council member. Of the 3 candidates in the running, 2 are Republicans, 1 a Democrat. Doyle Boudreau won the race with 59% of the vote. That's 176 voters. Preston Bernard had 24% with 72 votes, and Brad Duhan ended up with 16%, and that's 50 votes. Also in Jeff Davis Parish, the mayor's race is headed to a runoff as well. Of the 5 candidates, Henry Gwynn, a Republican, and Jimmy Singura, They both ran, actually Jimmy ran with no party affiliate. They round out the top two going into the runoff. Gwen B. Segura with just 3 votes, 787 to 784. Super tight race there. Now, of the 2 candidates, they will be replacing Mayor Terry Duhan. Duhan was the mayor there for 4 terms. The runoff will take place April 29th, so mark your calendar. And if you want more election coverage results, go to our website. We have it for you. Coming up, Vice President Pence is making rounds across the country after a disappointing week. What happens next to the White House and what's on the agenda? We'll tell you. And in sports, UL softball, some lacrosse, lots of March Madness. Get jacked up with sports.
And I'll recap the storms we got and the hail we received today and get you ready for your Sunday coming up in my full forecast.